Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. Let's get into Married at First Sight Season 14, Episode 2, A Nice Day for a Wicked Wedding. So, we are back. Let's talk Noi and Steve. If you are brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns of Married at First Sight, giving each couple their own dedicated video. So, if you enjoy that type of content, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, hit the notification bell. Almost at 2K, y'all. Go ahead, subscribe so we can get to 2,000. Because you don't want to miss any of these videos. I promise they will be entertaining and very, very worth it. So, let's go ahead and talk. Noi and Steve. Noi is out dress shopping. We shouldn't be seeing dress shopping still, but Noi is out dress shopping. She said that she believes in love at first sight. So she is okay with getting married in this way. It's very on brand for her personality. And that's what we've been hearing from like her friends and family that are involved with this. They all are talking about how Noi is a person who, this is what she does. You know what I mean? She's also been somebody who has traveled, across the country, across the globe, really, to meet people and is trying to find love. So her family thinks that someone, I should say, that is willing to throw caution to the wind and just get married in this way is perfect for her, because they're gonna have the same type of carefree, whimsical personality that she has. So this is perfect. Her family has high hopes. Her family has high hopes because of the man that they think this show has attracted, and they have high hopes because they know that this is just who she is. This is what Noi does. So she hopes that her husband is just as excited to meet her as she is to meet him, and she wants him to be super. And she wants him to be super open to the experience. So she hopes that he comes into this and is open to all facets of it. The ups and downs, the ins and outs, all of that. Because I feel like far too often, we get these people who come onto the show and they're not fully invested. They're gardening a part of it. They don't want to talk about certain parts of their life on camera. They don't want to do certain things. They're not comfortable with others. So she wants you to actually be open to the entire experience so that, let's make this work, because she's going to be open to the entire experience. So Steve is out looking for a tux. Steve is handsome. Steve looks good AF. You know what makes Steve unattractive? That Steve don't work. If Steve had a job, Steve would be up there. So Steve is still holding on to this theory that since his grandparents were in an arranged marriage, and a lot of other members in his family are in arranged marriages, that is going to work for him. And that, I really want Steve to get out of that mindset. You know what I mean? Just because something has worked for someone else doesn't mean it's going to work for you. It does not mean it's going to work for you, but Steve is holding on to that. And Steve looked good in his tux. He absolutely did. So we get to the wedding day. So Noi said that she woke up happy, then she cried from nerves because, she's nervous about what's going to happen. That's understandable, Noi. We're not judging you for that. Steve says he's excited. He said that, he's been on this road trip for 4 months. And I really want Steve to start wording this a better way. You didn't just take off work to go on a road trip. You were laid off of work. And instead of going to get another job, you chose to go on a road trip. Okay? I feel like Steve has to start wording this correctly. Nonetheless, he said that he has traveled from state to state looking for a wife, and he is open to this new approach. So from what I'm getting from this is Steve is all in, right? Steve is open and willing to go through the process as is. He's excited for it. So right now, they're looking like a good match, right? They're looking good on paper. So his brothers are there, his some of his friends. They toast to Steve and they're like, to Stevie and to what's her name. And I know they don't know her name, but that kind of rubbed me wrong. I didn't like how they came out. It came across a way that I can't quite put my foot on it, but I just did not, I wasn't a fan of how that came across. But, all right. Steve's brother should have got that hair done. So I know we saw him with his, I don't mind the color, I don't mind the texture or anything like that. And when we saw him, I just knew that maybe he's not done getting dressed. So I'm going to let him rock, all right? So Noy said that she wants someone that is going to be adventurous, that's going to be kind, and that's going to be close with his family because that's how she is. So she wants somebody that's going to match her personality. What you should have said, Noy, what you should have said is that you want somebody that has a job. You should have said, I want somebody that is gainfully employed and that has money coming into the house on a regular and consistent basis. And I know a lot of people keep saying we shouldn't be banking on that. That's not the end of the world. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We are at a time and at an age, because Steve is 38, I believe. You have to be employed. Whether it's self-employed or not, but I've told you, I can't get past the fact that Steve is not unable to get a job. He just does not want a job. Steve feels that if it comes, like the way he phrases it, that, oh, if it's an issue, then I'll go ahead and get one for her if she really wants me to. That's how he's saying it. It's not like, oh, I've been looking for a job, because I feel like she might be okay with knowing that because of the pandemic, that's why you're not working and, you're actively looking, but you're not looking. You're not looking. You cool doing whatever you're doing. Somebody tweeted that we need to find out Steve's financial health. And I agree. Are you living off of savings? I just have questions. And I know Noy, someone that grew up poor, whose parents, escaped to this country for a better life. I just don't think that she's going to be okay. And I don't think she's going to be content being married to somebody that does not work. But we'll find out. So Noy's mother reminds her that no one is perfect. Her parents are super, super supportive. Her mom is super, super supportive. And she's just reminding her no one is perfect. So don't go into this with these unrealistic expectations. You know what I mean? Like, you should want somebody that's kind, but don't get hung up on looks. Don't get hung up on some of these other factors. Don't get hung up on, little nuances and mannerisms in that person that might derail you. And Noy's just saying how she just wants this beautiful love story, this beautiful marriage that has worked because her parents had one. So that's really that's what she wants, right? So Steve said his biggest fear, one, he said, was not being able to get his hair cut. He said his biggest fear is her not being attracted to him. He doesn't want to show up to this type of event he doesn't want her to show up and see him down the aisle and kind of wonder, like, what the hell did I get myself into? So he wants her to be attracted. So we see Steve is he's now dressed. His brother is helping him put on his bow tie. He's getting suited and booted. And we get downstairs to the ceremony and we see that Steve's brother's hair is still not done. And I'm thinking, why didn't you put it in a ponytail? Why didn't you get you like a cornrow? So you could have surely templed it. Something should have been done to that head. Because if I'm in the audience, it's going to be distracting to me because it looked windy that day too. It's going to be distracting to me to see my man's hair blowing around like that. But we're going to let it rock because that's apparently how he does. I don't know what happened, but Noi's skin seemed to have turned on her. I don't know if the makeup artist was using a dirty brush. I don't know if the makeup artist used old makeup. I don't know if the makeup artist does not makeup artist. But something about that, because Noi's skin did not look like that in any of the previous scenes that we've seen her in, any of the previous packages. Makeup should have a smooth finish to it when it is professionally done like that. So I hate that for her. But Noi is kind of sitting there and, the nerves are starting to settle in. She's getting jittery. And she said that she'll know for sure that she made the right decision once she gets downstairs and she starts walking down the aisle and she sees him. She'll know she made the right decision. So I want this to work for Noi, because I think that Noi and Steve, I think they're going to I think they do look good together, but I really don't think she's going to be able to get past the fact that he doesn't have a job, because I can't get past the fact that he doesn't have a job. So if you are brand new to the channel, go ahead. Don't forget to subscribe. Thumbs up the video. Happens to the comments, y'all. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Are Noi and Steve going to work, or do you think she's going to get hung up on the fact that he does not work? Let's talk about it.